I'm coming at you with some more early access gameplay from the Queen of the Crone DLC. This time I'm pitted against my mortal enemy, JooanTian, everyone's favorite internet troll, Warhammer troll, who's brought the vampires here to help me showcase some beautiful Harganeth action. We did some, matchups obviously with the new DLC. JooanTian and I, of course, it's JooanTian, guys. Some guy like challenged me. He's like, "Show me the evidence that he was anti-Semitic. You're just a whiny attention seeker." And I was like, "Oh man, do I really gotta explain a joke to you?" And if you guys go on the thing, I do end up having to explain the joke to him after 10 comments. I was like, just check this, simple misunderstanding. But no, I had to explain the whole joke to him, which everyone knows the key to comedy is explaining your joke. That always makes it hilarious. Anyways, so we're gonna show off the Crone here and some of her funky friends. So what did I bring? I brought Harganeth. Let's pause it real quick so we can go into a little bit more depth. I brought Slaanevich's Harvesters, and this is the first battle I played with them, so I'm not really sure how best to use them yet. But yeah, as you can see, that first of all, they look pretty dope. These guys have like the mark of Cain on their, I think that's the mark of Cain, whatever it is. But they got this, they got they're inscribing, little tattoos. Is this guy drinking something? It looks like he is. This homie is like witness. No, he's like witness me, like those dudes from Mad Max. I mean, these guys are ready to party. This guy's talking to his bro. He's like, hey, dude, you ready to kill some vampires? And he's like, yeah, man, of course. That wasn't a funny exchange, but not everything has to be funny. And these guys aren't into comedy. These guys are not levity. Are not about levity. These guys are about murder. They are harvesting for Slaanesh, the god of excess. So he's got some, Bane Mask action going on here. But yeah, very cool. What do they have here? Soul Stealer. Obviously, it's going to be helpful in keeping them alive. And when they get into big blobs of cav fights, that could be huge. And then a Word of Pain, which is just fantastic, especially in those cav fights. So they can be very good anti-cav. They can be anti-infantry. They can be whatever you want them to be with 45 weapon strength. Although I don't think the armor piercing is particularly powerful. 13 is not terrible. And then poison and magic, so they'll be able to get past physical resists. So yeah, very interesting unit. Another one over here. These are regiments of renowned witch elves. Virtually nothing different from them compared to the other ones. Just better stats. I think they all have frenzy. Not sure. I think these guys cause terror. Yeah, so nothing special. But for an extra 200, I figured why not bring them? See what they and do they look any different? Let's see how they look. I think they have different colored hair. Of course, they got that six-pack ab action. They are obviously doing the P90X, and they're very effective at it. As you can see, they put my flabby piece of shit body to shame. And yeah, I mean, if you're gonna die to someone. Sexy, orgasmic, murder people. Murder would be not such a bad way to go. Over here, although I think they would make it very painful. So long as it wasn't quick. Anyways, these guys over here are the Cold One Knights. They're not special. We know them. Who do we not know? The Hellebroni, who are a little bit pinker. This guy's like, come at me. Oh, he is ready to go. A lot of these guys are like, come at me. Is this guy murdering his own buddy? That's very dark elf. That's very dark elf. He must have owed him money or something, or like fucked his sister or something. Who knows? Or like not fucked his sister. That's something wrong with that. Maybe he cheated on his sister, or who knows? Stole some money or stole some prize artifact. But anyways, yeah, he has murdered his buddy. Classic dark elf. Right before the battle, just betrayal. This guy is witness me also over here. So we have some fun stuff going on. So what's special about the Hellebroni? They're pretty much just King the Hex Scorpion Legion in different skin. They do poison. They're a better version of Spearmen. Nothing crazy cool. I don't think they have Guardian. No, it's the other ones that have Guardian. But still, not bad. I think they have. Oh, they do have a. Oh, that's from the 33 magic resistance is from Crone Hellebron. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then there's Blackguard Nagaron. We know them. And the last Regiment of Renown over here is. Pardon me. That's not the Herald drum Herald horn. That's just me burping. But these guys are the Blades of the Blood Queens. So what do they have? Really jack stats because they're executioners that are bumped up. Of course, they have Frenzy, so that will go down somewhat as the battle goes on. But they have Guardian, which is huge, 18% physical resist, and that is absolutely necessary for a unit like Crone Hellebron, who is just very easily taken down because she only has 15 armor. Well, her combat stats are crazy high, 8350 and 487, and she gets a bonus for his infantry, I want to say. Yeah, bonus for infantry of 20. So when she's fighting infantry, she does 103, which is nuts. And then of course that can be all jacked up by her abilities like Witch Brew, which we know of, but also Heroic Killing Blow, which is massive. And then this one, which is really good, Gaze of Cain, which basically just gives an area buff of 25% weapon damage and 25 melee attack and 8 leadership. Of course, causes them to rampage, but for 30 seconds these guys just get jacked, or 28 rather. I guess I don't have to round up. And then she has this thing. Amulet of Dark Fire, which reduces, which adds physical magic resist of 33, and then I think she has a base physical resist of 20. So she has almost 40% physical resist with Guardian active, and she has 33% physical or magic resist. So those are pretty useful when fighting other lords and helping keep her alive. Otherwise, I have a Sorceress of Fire, which pretty good, pretty solid move against vampires, and I brought a couple Cold One Knights. But those are the most interesting units. JooanTian, and then a couple of Dark Riders with crossbows. It's worth noting that we played one match right before this where I tried to bring her in the sky and do a little sky duel against them, but I got trashed with Crone Hellebron. So I think her on a Manticore is tough just because she's such a glass cannon. But obviously the meta's still developing. We're trying things out. But yeah, she got destroyed by these three, by the Goon Squad. It was her and a dragon, and they got she got murked. And of course she can't heal herself, which is a big thing to remember. And she doesn't have much health either. So she is very, very much a glass cannon, but boy is she a cannon. Boy can she just do some serious damage in near moments. So as you can see, I'm waiting for John to come to me. There's no reason I can come to him. I'm going to try to skirmish here. I don't want to bother microing my infantry units. I want to micro these guys, make sure I can get some shots off. And you're going to say, oh, well, so Carmen, they can just heal if I shoot these guys. Yeah, but they're probably going to get their healing cap. It's just the way the vampires work. The way I look at it is that these guys don't really have whatever health they're supposed to have, 5,600. They actually have 5,600 plus... where is it? Yeah, the way I look at it, they just have 10,000 health. That's the way I play against vampires. There's no reason to try and kill them so quickly. It's probably not going to work. A good player will be able to get them in the air and have them recovering in no time. So yeah, they do get a nice little breath attack in here. I try and dodge it, but there's nothing I can really do. It was pretty soft though. One gets one kill, the other one gets two kills, and it's actually big because I think they have 3 per game, I want to say, or 2. And as you'll see later, they direct Crone Hellebron with those breath attacks. So when you see these guys around and you have Crone Hellebron, it's a very dicey situation because they can just put her in, put a lot of damage in her very, very short order. I bring these guys in, trying to bait him out. So I land here, I see him coming at us. I'm okay to lose a model or two, and I'm trying to get him to come into these guys. He does land the Red Duke. This guy actually doesn't want to leave, and we almost get him. We almost get him on the ground, but he's just able to take off just in time. And it forces a zombie summon, so I don't mind trading a unit for a zombie summon. I'll live with that. He only has 7, so that's one less we have to deal with. And I get my witches in there, and they'll take them down in short order. Of course, he has the... Well, we should go over his army real quick, and my army myself. So I have some Dread Spears, Black Iron Nagaron. Of course, this isn't about competitive. This is about showcasing the new units. And then JooanTian has some Graveguard here with great weapons, 3 of them, some Skeleton Spearmen, some zombies, Claw and Nagash, and of course a double Terrorgeist build with the Red Duke. Very, pretty common. And we've managed to make these zombies rampage. Good job, witches. I don't think every unit should be able to rampage. I mean, obviously, pardon me, makes them worse off in some matchups, but as you'll see, it's pretty silly. I mean, some things they're able to make rampage. So I have these guys just trying to, protect Lord Crone Hellebron. He's going to try and get in the back there, but I do have this nice core of cav to sort of protect these guys. And he can't land for too long, or else we'll be able to, lock him down with these Sisters of Doom. Sisters of Singing Doom, not just regular Doom. And this is what we want to show off. So she has cast Witch Brew here, and she's cast the pardon me, she's cast the Madness of Cain, or whatever it's called, Gaze of Cain. As you can see, she took some damage already. But so with her own killing popped and Madness of Cain, she is at 109 melee attack and 745 damage. So just nuts stats, crazy stats. Over here, everyone else is doing well. 61, 30. These guys have 47, 83. So with this cast, they are just going to cut through everything on the vampire side. There's no way they can hold up to this onslaught, especially with their very weak melee defense stats, even on Graveguard. Yeah, 26. They're just going to go down so quickly. So it's such a powerful ability. Yeah, she's very good. The whole rest of the game, I'm trying to screen out these Terrorgeists and the Red Duke, making sure they can't get on her, because the infantry fight, even with the Claw and Nagash, is going to go in our favor. We do get these witches in here, and they are right beside the Blackguard, so they're going to start taking some damage, but we are able to fire into this Claw and Nagash. And something also worth a note, it has to be in combat now to have the draining effect. Where is that? That causes damage. Combat is this one. Around self has to be if in melee, so it can't be just hanging out outside and not fighting. This is constant though, but this one has to be in melee, so that's good. Yeah, target if dead. So yeah, that's worthy of noting that there's a slight nerf to the Claw and Nagash. Still not going to change things dramatically, because you do usually want it in the infantry fight anyways, but it does make it at least a little bit less amazing. But we do get in there, and we are starting to fire. We have these Celestial Harbingers protecting the the Dark Riders, and this is where it's kind of silly. We've made the Claw of Nagash rampage. So these ghosts have been poisoned somehow. Maybe the Necromancer is poisoned. Okay, that kind of makes a little bit of sense. He's alive. So we poisoned Necromancer, but I mean, it's a giant construct. Doesn't really make sense how it is rampaging, but hey, I'll take it because it's going to help me win this game. So it's rampaging. We have Flaming Sword of Ruin going down, so we're going to be doing more damage to everything, and we're doing magic. So we're getting past any physical resists, and yeah, it can't get away. So that's a big pickup for me. Over here, Celestial Harvest is just doing their thing. I think I cast Soul Stealer over here just to do some damage and help these guys heal. I did, so I got that nice blob. They're going to kill this Dread Spears, but that's fine. Over here, these guys are in perfect health and they're just destroying everything, or, you know, near perfect health. The Claw of Nagash is going down and it should not be able to escape. Crone Hellebron is there, making sure that it will, you know, seeing it to its doom. I do have these Cold One Knights, they're still around. He was able to get these Spearmen into my flank, but that's fine. I'm going to reposition all my Cav onto the right. And now that we've destroyed the... ooh, nice, and there's some nice breath attacks there. But now that we've destroyed the Claw of Nagash, there's something to heal these guys, and they are going to fall to my Blades of the Blood Queen in, you know, short order. And I still have my Death Squad shooting. So Event's a very competitive player in JooanTian, and Event's a very competitive build by the Vampires. It's working out here so far. Obviously, he lands these guys, and that's, you know, bad news for me. Of course, this is not Celestial. I should have pulled these guys out, but I forgot to keep them in there to help bolster this fight. But no, they're just getting smoked. Yeah, they're just getting their asses kicked. Now these guys have begun to rampage because they're losing units. And I mean, yeah, Terror guys are just a terror. They're still very OP in this game. But I don't know. What can you do? And it's really Vampire's only option. We've been over this before. They're the only option they have to bring really in any matchup because of their the way they work now. But I do have Crone Hellebron over here. She's firing. I've actually made her rampage, which is a mistake because now she won't move for a while. She's stuck over there, but I do cast the Gaze of Case, so this is going to help bolster all these guys' stats to pretty high level. But I think it has just gone down. I don't know why it just showed the effect now. But yeah, so that's working over there. I am slicing up their infantry. I was hoping to try and get them to rampage. Unfortunately, I was not able to. He's going to try and land the Duke here to intercept my Dark Riders, which makes sense. These guys are very dangerous. But we were able to catch this one and make sure he couldn't get away, especially with the poison effect. But he is going to try and screen these guys out. So John is, you know, sort of stuck. He doesn't know which way to push them. Because if he goes after these guys, then this guy will die. And if he doesn't go after them, he'll die anyways. So they are going to come out here. She's rampage, and she's not moving. She's sort of chilling. So this is the most chill rampage ever. She's just yelling at her corpses, the many corpses of the dozens of people she's killed. But this guy has rampage, which is huge for me. And we're going to start taking him down. John does decide to target these guys and push them away. But there's been a little bit of indecision by John, which has helped me, you know, get in a good position. She is no longer rampage, but I saw that effect on her, and I wasn't able to click her. So I think it was a bit of a glitch. You know, the game is still being fixed. It's still being processed. Not quite the final review copy yet. But yeah, so you see she's not really moving. She's just sort of stuck there, and I finally am able to get a control of her, which is nice. Over here, this guy's rampaged again, but he does free himself from rampage due to that zombie summon, which is huge. Over here, he's gotten a nice charge on us, but I sent my guys both ways to sort of split up, and so they can't get both of us. And then I see this guy trying to escape, and I'm just going to charge him with these Dark Riders to keep him on the ground. Because hopefully I can get him to and that quick moment, almost there, he was like about to take off, about to soar as high as the sky, but we kept him grounded, because that's what Dark Riders do, they pull you down, guys. And then I'm hoping to keep them on the ground, just so the Sisters of Doom can get in there, and keep them, you know, make them rampage, so we can finish that one off, but these guys rout pretty quickly. And then we have the Gaze of Cain go down, and everything's just bolstered, and just going to start murdering these zombies. He came at me, the Red Duke came at me, Hellebron, and that's a mistake with all her abilities popped. So yeah, he made a bit of a mistake there. But this is where I want to show you how much damage they can do on this breath attack. Just so much damage on a single breath attack. If he had been able to have all three of them on here, she would have been gone in a moment. So be very careful with her in this matchup if they have Terror Guys, because that does way more damage than the charge. I mean, the charge did a lot, but not nearly as much as that. But she has gone into a rampage now. But he's pretty much gone all in on trying to get rid of her. But you see, one hit from her just brought the Red Duke so far down. And he has this little blob on, but I have some arrows firing in. I have a ton of infantry. I have some anti-large in the Blackguard and Agaron. I have the Sisters of Doom, or Sisters of Singing Doom in there. Don't want to forget that they sing. And we're able to get the Red Duke to rampage. We're able to get the Terrorgeist's rampage, and that's just not going to be good. And of course, the Hellebroni are no joke either, with their poison anti-large bonuses. The Crone herself is, you know, deadly melee combatant, so she's going to put him down in a hurry. But the balance bar is actually still quite even, just because of all these large units on his side. But the Red Duke just got hit again by the Hellebron, the Crone rather, and so he's down, although it did almost nothing to change the balance bar, which is pretty silly. And then this Terrorgeist is also going to go down soon. He's at his healing cap. Remember I told you about the healing cap? You sort of just have to deal with it as if it's, you know, right there at the top. And then she brings him down, so she is just a terror. She is just absolute killing machine. I mean, I made a video of Ilithanar, you know, joking how he was such a Mr. Commando, but she is actually truly a competitive pick. I mean, glass cannon, but again, boy does she hit like a cannon, and she puts everything down. I mean, she's killed the Red Duke, she killed the Terrorgeist, she's going to kill this thing, she helped kill the Mortis Engine. She's just a brutal, brutal fighter. But yeah, and that'll be it for JooanTian here. JooanTian, my mortal enemy. Yeah, and so yeah, GG to John. Of course, I think the Dark Elves now are... We're going to do, you know, some impressions and what we think this is going to do to the multiplayer, Queen of the Crone DLC, rather, that is. How that's going to affect the multiplayer meta. I'm going to say this right now, though. I'm pretty sure Dark Elves are back on top after this update. High Elves can be very good. High Elves have a lot of options now, more so than they did before the DLC. But I think it's going to end up that Dark Elves, it's going to shake out, rather, that Dark Elves are going to be on top just because of the new the tools they have. Between the Hellebron, because she's pretty amazing. These guys are very, very good. You know, some of the sisters of, some of the Witch Elf obviously are still very effective, and then you have the Slaanesh Harvesters. I've seen them be pretty effective, but as you can see, just hundreds of kills. Herself, she got 146 kills, and against JooanTian, you can see over here, you know, pretty standard performance by vampires. A lot of the killing power coming from the Terrorgeists. These guys are just, ugh, they got crushed, and then everything else. The Red Duke, yeah, he had trouble fighting the Hellebron. But again, I think if John had known about the breath attacks, he could have just come in and done 1, 2, 3, 4 breath attacks on Hellebron. She'd be dead. And because she's on foot, it's almost impossible to dodge. Of course, I would have these guys firing, but that's worth it. You send your 2 Terrorgeists in, you just hell breath her, you breath attack her to death. They'll take a lot of damage, but they can just fly away and heal. So it will be a tough matchup. But let's just take a look at the Crone Hellebron, because I've heard that she does have a draining effect. So I want to see that here. Haganeth, where is she? They all have the same silly hats. So she does have a draining effect, is what I've heard. I don't see it here. But John told me there is one that does damage to enemies around her. I don't know. Let's see if it's on here somewhere. Experience through spite, which I know very well. I'm a spiteful man. But yeah, I don't know. John told me there's a thing that does that drains. Oh, this one, the Cursed Blade. Oh, this, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so cause damage to combatants, strong versus single combatant, chance plus resist damage. So constant, but only if losing in melee. Active if in melee, and target if losing. Oh, so when enemies are losing to her, they start to take damage, which is interesting. So I guess she's like a snowball effect, so a snowball glass cannon. So the more damage she does, the worse you start to perform, increasing the damage output, making you perform even worse, and then etc. till you are dead beneath her feet. So yeah, cool battle, fun by Crone Hellebron, very interesting lord. There's a lot of fun to play as. I don't know that she's. I know that there's murmurs in the community that she's a little bit OP right now. I don't know. We'll see. I think she is quite good in that she can be easily dealt with, but if she gets a hand on you, it's over in a hurry. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how she pans out. Anyways, that'll be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that battle. We have more content coming to you. JooanTian has a lot of battles to cast between us, and so do I. And yeah, they'll be hitting you soon. So keep an eye on Total Brohammer, and I'll see you around the bend.